the king of the tracks.
Yo, what up guys, it's Shoe Crew TV and I'm here with Felix of Soul Boutique. We're starting a new series where we're going to different sneaker shops, interviewing the sneaker owners and just kind of, filling them out, letting them get to know who they are so you guys can come check out their spots. First things first, man, if you can just tell the people kind of the origins of Soul Boutique and, how it kind of got started and everything.
Soul Boutique was started by Julio Escamilla back in 2008 of June. So of course this month we hit 9 years. It was just kind of like a vision he had. Pretty much just put it together and it happened. But that's pretty much it. I mean, he kind of just traveled around the world and noticed San Antonio didn't have anything, and just wanted to bring something that he's seen in New York, California, Florida back to San Antonio, and this is what it is.
So you actually worked for Julio underneath him, and I guess you got a chance to kind of take over the store. Working for him, seeing the behind the scenes, and then actually getting the keys and taking over the store.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? Was it anything like that just caught you by surprise? Like, hey, I mean, I was doing this, but now that I'm a store owner, I see this. Or
yeah, because when I was working with him, I really didn't see the business side of it. I kind of just ran the store. I didn't really see like the back ends of what they did or anything like that until I took over. And when I took over, it was just like a whole new world, from running the shop and then all the other things that goes into it. And it's been a learning experience. My first year, I can say when I took over, it was just kind of like, I mean, people don't see the back end. They just see, the shop, everything. But I mean, it was a struggle because I mean, it's a lot that goes into it, man. It's hectic.
Being a staple in the city for so long, you guys have been like basically San Antonio's premier spot. Being in the game for a long time, what does it take, to run a sneaker store in this modern day and age? Because it's not as, it's not like it used to be, So he just explained, what it takes to kind of keep the store running and just kind of pushing forward and reinventing yourself and everything like that.
Patience, man. Yeah, because I know when I first started, like we would get a shoe in, and then nobody would buy it like that first 2 or 3 days, and I'd be like, man, like no, is it, But then all of a sudden, within an hour, you can have like 5, 6, 7 pairs. So, because nothing, success doesn't happen overnight. Of course, I'm still working on that, trying to be. And I don't even think the shop has really hit its potential yet, to where I want it to be. But eventually, I think it will. From the meetings that we had with several people, what we have working, possibly moving to our new location. But it's all about patience, man, and just talk to your customers and try to see what they want. Try to get some ideas from them. Don't be that hard-headed individual like, no, it's my way, because without the customers, you ain't gonna exist.
Talked about the customers, giving back to the customers. Now, you guys actually used to do Sneaker Palooza. Now, I remember hearing about it back in the day when I first found out about Soul Boutique, and I was looking back at you guys' previous videos, and it just looked like a really, really cool event. I'd never even seen anything like it. I almost felt like the event was far ahead of its time.
And I think that, man, because and there's some events that are trying to be like that now. It's kind of like back in the day when we used to carry the whole, Nike, New Balance, Saucony, Adidas, and people wouldn't buy that stuff because I think San Antonio wasn't ready for it, but we had it, But of course, our East Coast customers would buy that up,
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like Palooza. Palooza was just, it wasn't your basic, go set up tables and just walk around. This was just more. It was more of a concert thrown with a sneaker event into it, it was, on the outside it looks cool, but just trying to get months and months of it ready is like, it's hectic, man. Like it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
People always ask me why don't I continue to do it, because it's Julio's show. He's always said if I wanted to do it, but I wouldn't, man. It's a pain. It's a pain, yeah.
Do you think if you would reach out to Julio, do you think he would do? Because
we talked about it. We recently talked about it.
How did you guys, go and find? Because you guys had some really big artists just to come and I like the venues that I was watching on your old channel because it was these small enclosed venues. It was really personal. You guys just didn't have regular. You had Pusha T. You had
We had Pusha. It was Pusha T before he even became the whole Kanye Pusha T and pushed off. But I mean, it was cool. I was starstruck a bit because I listened to Pusha T back in the day when I was in the military, and then me picking him up at 5 in the morning in my car and driving him around to the airport and stuff, you know, I was just like, man, you know. And I was always a big fan of like Asher Roth that came, Talib Kweli, Big Crit came a couple of times with Talib Kweli. And then you had a whole bunch of local artists that we put together trying to get them, you know, their name out and stuff as well. But I mean, it was a good event. I wish Julio would bring it back, but it's a lot of work from what he's got going on right now.
Yeah.
And people ask me, and I wouldn't do it. I would help someone do it just to kind of give them advice of this.
Do you think if we could come together as a collective and get that going? Because when I saw it, I was like, I heard about it. I just never really thought of it. And maybe it was too hard ahead of its time.
It's not really hard. It's because getting tables and stuff, people to come, is easy. The hardest part was of course you got to pick the right venue. We had the Whitty Museum, which is crazy because it's the historic Whitty Museum, and you see what it is now. And we took over that whole outside, and you know, it was pretty nuts. But the hardest thing is the artists. Like, people don't understand. Like 1 year we were gonna have De La Soul come, and then probably 2 weeks before they had booked up a whole out of country tour. And then our first event, I wasn't with Julio yet, but I was actually just a spectator of the event. But I know what happened with the whole Biz Markie deal. It was supposed to be Biz Markie, which I'm glad that kind of didn't happen. Then it turned out being Wale before Wale.
Yeah,
what he was now.
And it's crazy because I saw Wale, like I looked at the pictures, like digging up I really did my research before I came out here and talked to you guys. What was it like getting a person like Wale, DJ Greg Street, just to walk around and just, what were they like, you know? Like,
they're down to earth, man. I don't think none of them were. I think the only one that wasn't too like talkative was Pusha T, because he had flown in from Paris, did the show, stayed the night, and then he was gone again back, to Paris again. So I can imagine that like had to be draining. But it was cool though. I mean, if somebody wanted to put it on, all praises to them, man. They'll find out how hard it is.
Yeah, I know something like that isn't easy.
Because I know just putting on regular, like say a Paper Tiger or White Rabbit, what it used to be, putting a show like that is, I'm pretty sure it's hectic. Trying to get the artists, make sure, because I mean they change their mind all the time. Because without the artists, you're not gonna have a show.
Thinking about, you guys had an actual shoe, the Shadow Saucony 5000. We talked about the Saucony. Are you guys ever going to do another collab like that? What was it like? Were you like, because I'm assuming you were at the time were part of So Boutique, so seeing your whole silhouette on the pool tab.
I had came in, I had got out the military 2008, went to school, and then when I started working, they already had completed everything. So there's 3 people on there, and that was Julio, Fabi, and then another individual named Brandon. So I had no part of it. I was just part of the big event that we put together at the old shop. But from what I know, it was just kind of, I don't know how, I'm pretty sure it was easier then to get a collab. And then, because to me, it was before
now
any collabs were really going on, which was kind of great. I mean, that shit will always exist. I still have people to this day asking us, do you have the Saucony with y'all on there? Because, I mean, we threw our actual logo on all around the Saucony, 3M, the crocodile, the neon splatter and all that. So, I mean, it was a cool shoe. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't part of the whole designing process.
Do you still have that shoe? Like, were you able to purchase it? Were you able to?
No, I have that shoe. I just wish I would have purchased more.
Yeah.
I have my shoe, which Julio gave to me for free because I was working there at the time. But then, then my fiance has it, and then, I kind of wish I would have just set some aside, brand new.
Is it harder now to get a collab like that? Would you ever think about reaching out and doing like something with another brand?
We have reached out with Nike, and it's kind of, it's a battle nowadays because, everybody's trying to do it. It's kind of like, when Kid does 10,000 Asics, and then all these other people now are doing the Adidas collaborations because that's what's hot right now. But you don't really see too many Nikes. That's why when Supreme does their Nike and Supreme Jordan, like it's up there. Like to me, it beats all those because those are the top 2 brands. Yeah. To do something like we've always wanted to do something with Nike, and it's even hard. Even we're trying to do something like collaboration with clothing and stuff. Which we're actually working on trying to do something for our 10-year anniversary next year. Hopefully it works out.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Where can they find you on Instagram and everything like that? Or like
Instagram at So Boutique, SOOE Boutique. We got Facebook, Twitter.